handle really good. Like, this might be the most realistic feeling sim I've tried. Alright, hello everyone and welcome to another video. This is a very exciting one. I've basically started my channel because I was trying to get ready to make videos for this game, and here we are. It's finally out, or early access is here, and I am so ready to try it. What I'm gonna want to do here today is just get some first impressions. I just started the game up myself. I have never tried it, obviously. It literally released an hour ago. I want to do, at first I want to get a feeling for the cars a little bit. Then I want to do a bit of drifting, and at the end do some racing as well. And while I do all of that, go through the different weathers, I just want to get a full picture. Okay, we are now in the car. I can already say some things that weren't great. The settings aren't as intuitive as I would have hoped them to be. It took me quite a while to figure out how to invert the axis for my pedals. But now that I'm in there, I have to say one thing that's already very nice is I jumped right in. I didn't have to bind this or anything. And I can adjust the cockpit view with the arrows by default. So that's, I like that already. That's how it should be. Right. We are in fuck me. Okay, well, I need to go invert my handbrake as well. Okay, well, that feels better. Oh, bruh, I got a penalty for speeding in the pits. Well, that's dumb. But okay, I can hear there's some good pops and bangs. That's a start. We are now driving Laguna Seca. I set up my wheel according to, they have a wheel guide that they pre-released on their website, so I set it up according to that. So it should be running pretty optimal right now. I certainly have the force feedback set rather strongly, but I have to say it does feel very, very good so far. No complaints. No, yeah, like I said earlier on, the settings weren't the best I've ever seen. The textures in the background of the map are, maybe I have something not set perfectly there yet, but they are a bit bland, if I'm honest. Let's take a look at the outside of the car, because a lot of you are probably going to be playing this on controller, so this is what's gonna look like. The graphics of the car are definitely very nice. Better than the old game, no doubt. The sound is interesting. It's hard to judge by just one car. And it's an Abarth. I mean, the sound isn't that real on those anyway. I do like the pops, they're not bad. But for something that's a bit irritating to me right now is, maybe you can see it as well. I feel like the speed gauge has a lower frame rate than the game itself. Initially, I actually thought I was gonna have to complain about the performance, because I was still static with the car, but I saw the speedometer on the bottom right, and it was looking really, really slow. I can say so far the physics engine is feeling awesome. Like, it certainly already feels more realistic than Assetto Corsa did. I can't honestly say if it's better than Competizione yet, but I like what I'm feeling so far. The garage is also quite interesting. I'm not sure if I'm fully understanding this part yet. So there will be rentals, but for now there's only our own garage. And I guess this is some sort of car rating at the top right, and these are the cars I have so far, so there's not that much to try at this point, even though I thought there's gonna be some GT cars and so on. So I'll have to see about that. But let's give the S2000 a shot. Maybe if we get some rain here, we can actually attempt a few little slides. By the way, I paid 32 Swiss francs for it. Oh, I'm getting a drive-through penalty again. So that's like, it's probably gonna be around $30 for the early access. And from what I've read, with early access, we're gonna get access to the full version later as well. So the rain is looking quite nice. I used to have to install Content Manager for this, and now I don't have to anymore. So I'm liking that. Whew. Okay, I thought I was gonna need to handbrake to get it to slide out, but I didn't. Ooh. This is a small little detail, but I like how the light is reflecting on the wall here. That looks nice. Oh. Okay, but on the other hand, that thunder just sounded so pathetic. I don't know if you could hear that, but it just sounded like you cracked a Kit Kat bar or something. Not weird. Okay, let's see here again. Let's see if we can get it to slide and control. Oh. Bro, those thunders are something they're gonna have to work on. Okay, doesn't feel... Okay. If you've seen a video of mine before, with the old Assetto Corsa, I struggled to get the handbrake to do anything in normal cars. Definitely worked here. But I'm having a hard time controlling any of these slides. I'm starting to feel more like a noob again. I'm not sure if that's more or less realistic than the other Assetto Corsas. Maybe they were just too easy to get it to slide. I'm giving it another attempt here. Hey, I mean, this isn't a drift car, but so far... So far, I'm definitely struggling with the sliding more than I would have hoped I would. I wanted to give this little guy a shot from outside as well, and the audio is interesting. It sounds like when they were recording the audio... Oh! Okay, I like that. Did you just hear that? Wait. Yeah. There's definitely some VTech going on there. Oh wow, I can... Oh man. But I can almost trigger it a bit weirdly fast. Can you hear that? It literally, as soon as it hits the... Yeah, there it is. Just changes the pitch right there, right into VTech. Does it get noticeably faster then? Yeah, I feel like it does. They definitely paid some respect to VTech. I respect that. There's like one of those what do you call them, blow up dummy thingies that dance around. Had some funny physics, but that's an addition. I'm pretty sure I've never seen those in the old Assetto Corsa. Something I want to do real quick as well to test is I want to hit a wall, as if I didn't do that enough already, but I want to do it on purpose now, just to see. Oh, that puddle looks pretty nice. Just to see how the damage model is working here. Ooh. I know it's not a big talking point in Sims anyway because of the licensed cars, and they can't really completely destroy licensed cars, but I still want to see what they did here, so... Did I just see that right? So I had to find a very strange way of looking back because I didn't really find the correct camera controls, but you basically saw it there. Seems like at this point there is no damage model at all yet. Okay, I am now in my first Assetto Corsa EVO race, and we're driving the i30N. I used to drive a car with a pretty similar amount of power. It was also front wheel drive, so that would have felt sort of similar. It was a Scirocco R, if you're wondering, and if I'm not mistaken, maybe this version of the... Okay, the AI is just driving into me. This version of the i30 should have 265 horsepower as well. Oh my god, I have no traction there anymore. But a big thing they were talking about... Okay, whatever I just did there. A big thing they were talking about as well is the opponents should be AI drivers now and much better. And that honestly is something that I was not that happy anymore with in the original Assetto Corsa. I think in Assetto Corsa Competizione, the opponents, like well, whatever, let's call them AI, are very good. But in the regular Assetto Corsa, they always left something to be desired for me. So I am curious how good these are, but at this time, I am too bad to find out. But you might see that train in front of me. That's a bit strange. They're just all bunched up. No overtakes happening. This is definitely the most accurate sounding car I've driven in this game so far, at least in terms of interior view. With the headphones on, it's very, very immersive. Damn, this car is understeery as fuck. Oh boy. Just gonna go for the overtake there, but it's honestly pretty hard to... Oh shit. To get any overtakes. That train in front of me is a bit strange to me. And you can see further in front of us, the same thing is happening with another two cars. So I'm just gonna try and overtake this guy here now. Nice, okay, that worked. Oh, but he's coming right back. Oh, okay. I'm gonna push him out here. Okay. He made way. Oh, shit. That's insecure me again, looking into the rear view mirror instead of ahead of me. Okay, I got him right back behind me. Let's see how he handles it. He handles it by driving into me. Okay, I'm driving like ass here, to be fair. Okay, I'm now in a car that I should be more familiar with. So I actually did a bit of a video on the Assetto Corsa EVO trailer when it initially came out, the one with all the cars, and I did try the cars in regular Assetto Corsa, and I drove this one specifically as well, and the sound, the engine sounds and the exhaust sound is shockingly similar, almost weirdly similar. It also feels pretty similar, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. There's some trumpeting going on, if you can hear that. Every once in a while there's like a little... Something very cool I've noticed is you can, like all the things you see on screen, like the speedo and the tire temperature and pressure, you can just move that around. You can just grab it and move it over without having to change anything. So that's nice. It feels very dynamic. We once again have this weird trains happening. I have to say, if I have to give you like a in-between feelings report, so far I have mixed feelings. There's definitely some things that aren't great yet, but again, it's hard to judge in early access, and they're very transparent about this being early access. They're looking for feedback. They've never claimed that this is a full release at all. I think it's even probably cheaper. I mean, it wasn't very expensive at all. If this was the final product, I would say it's kind of expensive, but it's not, so it's fine. These opponent cars, they need some sort of randomizing factor in their driving. I think that I'm no developer, so but you can see in front of me there, they're doing the train thing again. They're just driving right behind one another. It's almost like they're not aggressive enough. Like, I saw as well in Competizione, you can set the skill level and the aggressiveness, which I found to be a very cool feature, but you can't do that here yet. You can just set the skill level, and they seem to be overly cautious. They're just driving in these trains and not overtaking one another. So we have an electric car to try here as well, and of course our lovely Italian developers chose it to be an alpha. So I am curious what that feels like. I think it's a bit weird how all the cars do this little, like they try to, they have to like get in line at the, oh wow, this car feels so different. It has felt like under speed there it had much more grip than I would have expected, but now it doesn't. It's doing a very strange traction control thing, although I thought I had turned it off. Like when I'm cornering here, you can see it doesn't really accelerate much, but when I go straight, it seems to have more power. So that to me seems like a traction control thing, but I don't have it turned on, and it doesn't seem to be lighting up anywhere either, so not sure what that's about. Okay, I am in the last car I haven't tried yet. It's a Ford Escort, and I'm driving it here to give my final thought. What the fuck? That sounded so strange. Give my final thoughts here. So it's a bit of a mixed bag, but I'm not really that worried yet. I always get overhyped about things. I'm super hyped about this game as well. But it's a bit different because this is obviously early access, and they're very transparent about it being early access. So keep that in mind with everything I say. I'm just judging the current state of it. I think there's a lot that's really good. I'll start with that. I think the cars handle really good. Like, this might be the most realistic feeling sim I've tried. Now, to be clear here, I personally haven't tried iRacing, which most people say is one of the best, if not the best, handling sim ever. But they also say that about Competizione, and Competizione is my absolute favorite. I've also tried Richard Burns Rally the other day, which felt surprisingly good. I've driven R Factor, I've driven default Assetto Corsa, I played I mean, I don't know if you even want to count those, but I tried the F1 games. I've tried a bunch of sims, and out of all of them, this so far feels the closest to real life that I think I felt in a game. So the tire model, the physics model feels awesome. I love that part, and that makes a huge difference because it's just such an easy thing that will make you instantly like a game and enjoy it. Oh god, well that's a bit ironic, but yeah, it like a good handling and a good feeling game will just be instantly so much more fun than one that feels distant and not right. And this one, again, I'm not the guy to use big fancy words like, but it feels really, really good. I like the graphics. They are not the best I've ever seen. I think there is, like, for example, Gran Turismo, or even depending on the situation, for Forza Motorsport, the newest one, can look better. But you can see there's a lot of love in it. I mean, right, the interior we have in front of us right now looks really good. The weather, like the rain, looks very nice. There's good particle effects. Another plus for me is the sound. I do wonder what other people are going to say about that. I think it's a very personal thing as well. Everyone hears it a bit different. Obviously, there's like more and less correct, but feels pretty accurate to me. There is some weird things that sometimes happen where you undershift and it almost feels like you're clipping outside of the car with the sound or something like that. But generally, at this time, I think the sound is a plus. So these are all things that I think are going to be hard to change later on. So it's good that they're working correctly now. But for the negatives, the AI felt pretty strange. You saw the way they were like bunching up and almost driving through the tracks like a snake. I didn't like that very much at all. That felt like there's definitely something still missing in their programming. They need to be more unpredictable or more random, more... It just felt like one robot steering all of the cars. Okay, I'm just gonna cut here. But I am convinced that that's gonna change. I think even in the gameplays we've seen from the preview they did the other day, the AI looked better there. So I think this release that we got here is probably just a version where it hasn't changed. If the AI stays that way until the game is fully released, then this isn't going to be a single player game for me. And then obviously another slight negative is there just isn't that much content yet. But again, this is to be expected with the early release. So that will be something that will change without a doubt. But that does make me say, if you're looking to buy a full game, don't buy it now. But Kunos would tell you the same thing, right? If you want to participate in early access, if you want to give feedback, if you want to try the game, if you want to see what's here already, then feel free to get it. It's an early access game. It's a very early access game. It's literally the first version of it. But yeah, don't buy it thinking you're gonna get a full game here already. So my final conclusion is, I like what I'm seeing so far. There is a good shot that this is going to be a great game. It's going to be really fun. I think the important factors are here. But yeah, it's about as early access as it gets at this time. So don't expect anything else from it. All right. I think that's about it. That's all I can say right now. There isn't that much content yet, so there isn't that much to try yet. But I thank you very much for watching. If you liked the video, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a comment and give me some constructive feedback. I always love that. And hopefully I see you in another one. Bye!